there is a 0% chance that this is centered, but this is a video, the first video with a new microphone. Sorry, this is a brand new camera. This is a brand new camera. You could probably tell I look lopsided here. The quality hopefully is good. The microphone hopefully is good. I just spent an unbelievable amount of time setting this up. And hopefully this works, because at no point has this worked. Hopefully this works. Every single freaking person in my life that I've ever met, it feels like, in the last hour or two that I've been trying to set this up has tried to get in contact with me. What day is it? It's Thursday. I'm losing my freaking mind. Welcome back to Whooped and All. This is a new camera. We're very excited. And I don't know what the heck to do. It's like 3:30. My buddy from college is in town. I mean, Easter's on Sunday. It's 4 o'clock, and I haven't even looked at Will Upton for the day. So I'm going to pull one of these helmets. It's super loud. So I'm going to go all the way down here. This thing, like, tracks my eyes. It's pretty sweet. All right, we got one. We're 1 minute in. Oh, fucking A. I'm not talking Ram football today. The Falcons... That was an annoying laugh. I talked Falcons 2 days ago. Jets, dude. I've made all these videos in the last week. Patriots, there we go. Drake May. All right, the New England Patriots. I'm going to pull up their depth chart. Can we edit that out? I'm the editor. But probably all this will be edited out. It's really different making these types of videos. I've never owned a real literal camera before. And the amount of equipment I thought I had that would be... I thought, like, literally all I needed in my life was a camera. Like, oh, buy a camera, turn it on, put the mic in, click record, bada bing, bada boom. Nope. All right, here are some headliners for the New England Patriots offseason thus far. For me, it's personally Romeo Doubs. They picked up Tremont Jones, Kevin Byard from the Chicago Bears, Elijah Vera Tucker at left guard, great move. The New England Patriots, I think just the biggest thing is, first off, I don't want this Washington Commanders situation going on. So what I do like is I feel like they have not lost that many pieces at all. And when I look at a team like the Washington Commanders, because these two teams remind me of each other in the sense of, I know it was Jaden Daniels' rookie season, but we saw like 5 or 6 games from Drake May in his rookie year. But basically just the turnaround from a horrible Washington team to a playoff team to winning playoff games, beating the best team in the NFC in the Detroit Lions in Detroit, and then making all the way to the conference championship. Well, the thing was, in their offseason prior to that, when they first brought in Dan Quinn, is they went out there and signed so many free agents. They picked up so many free agents, and then they either were guys like, think of like Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louvu. One of two things happened. They either signed these guys on very, like, short, cheap, prove-it contracts with maybe a team option, and they went out there and got a lot of veterans, and so their defense was solid, but they lost a ton of pieces. Their defense was old. It wasn't getting any younger, and then free agency hits and the draft hits, and they did not address all of the defensive pieces that they lost. So I know the big storyline with Washington last year was, well, their offense sucked and Jaden Daniels was hurt all year. Their defense, you could tell from April 2nd, 2025, 1 year ago, that the Washington Commanders defense was going to suck. You don't feel that with the New England Patriots. Now, expectations are going to be a big thing. Like, all right, well, Drake May in his sophomore campaign in his first year as a full-time starter just made the Super Bowl. That's a pretty big freaking deal. So if New England doesn't win the division next year, you're going to hear about it. If they start slow, you're going to hear about it. If they go on a losing streak, you're going to hear about it. And I don't mean you, you get the gist here, like the NFL media, just the expectations around the league, the expectations from the Patriots players themselves making it to the Super Bowl. You just want that same hunger, you want that same tenacity, and that's why I love Mike Vrabel, and that's why you go out there and you hire a Mike Vrabel. That's why you hire a Robert Saleh. That's why you hire a Harbaugh. Maybe Saleh was just kind of thrown into that mix, but coaching matters. What was that? Somebody on the Herd, the offensive lineman on the Herd, was wearing a shirt today that said coaching matters. So defensively, I think that Jermont Jones was very solid. Kevin Byard was very solid. The Chicago Bears already miss him. You've got Christian Gonzalez. You've got some talent on that defensive line. Milton Williams, Christian Ellis, Robert Spillane, Harold Landry, Carlton Davis at cornerback. That was so under the radar because Carlton Davis, like in his first couple of years with Tampa, was usually playing like 12 or 13 games. And then he goes to Detroit and gets injured for their playoff run when Jay Daniels, eliminates them. And then he goes to New England, and they signed so many free agents last year, like Milton Williams and Carlton Davis, that I feel like he kind of went under the radar, and he almost was underappreciated last season. And then just watching him make plays as the season progresses and in the playoffs, very happy for Carlton Davis. I still kind of wish he was in Detroit, but he fits New England very well. Coaching-wise, Josh McDaniels, I feel really comfortable and very good about New England because of their coaching. I guess is kind of the gist I'm going around here. Obviously, Drake May, but Josh McDaniels, I get so many questions about this Raiders totem behind me. The Raiders, when I was in college, I have a golf company called Golf Balling. Got a candle right there, and you can check it out on Instagram, or I'm on all social medias. It's just me now, and I made not enough money to pay my rent. It was my last semester of college. My main channel, Will Upton, I only had like 15,000 subs, and it got demonetized. I had no idea why. It was because of YouTube Shorts, and I deleted the YouTube Shorts, and I eventually got monetized again. But it was so stressful. Last semester, demonetized. Golf company's not making enough money, so I made a Raiders channel and just ripped it. And I've been through so much with the Raiders since 2022. This last year, I kind of stepped away from it, but I'm going to have to get back into it this offseason and this season because of Fernando Mendoza. And I've just got this kind of affiliation with Las Vegas because they were the first team I covered in the NFL. And the rest is history. Josh McDaniels was their head coach, and that did not work out in any way, shape, or form. And we all kind of knew that wasn't going to work out. But he's destined to be an offensive coordinator. He's destined to coach offense, to draw up plays, to design plays, to chess match defensive coordinators. He's like a Vic Fangio, but on offense. And you've got Mike Vrabel. And you've got Drake May. And so the concerns with New England as a roster, I would believe, are offensive line related because Jared Wilson was a rookie, and then obviously Will Campbell was a rookie as well. They had a new right tackle, Morgan Moses, and the guard position, they obviously upgraded with Elijah Vera Tucker. I really like that. They also picked up James Houston from the New York Giants for more depth because of the Campbell. I like injuries, and with any offensive lineman, you always have to factor in injuries. The odds that all 5 of these players start, play, finish all 17 games is literally 0. So having all these guys like James Hudson is important. But I like their offensive line as it stands right now. I'm curious what their draft situation is going to be looking at. I haven't done too many Patriots videos this offseason. It's kind of similar. I got to throw that in out. It's kind of similar to Seattle. I've been getting back into making Seattle content, but I talked New England so much and for so long last year, and same thing with Seattle, that you've heard everybody talk about the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. You've heard everybody talk about the Patriots losing the Super Bowl. So I don't even think I've made more than one Patriots video since February, whenever the Super Bowl ended. I want more offensive weaponry, and I did you'll never see it because the mic didn't work. I did a one free agent reaction video for all 32 teams in the NFL, and whoever the Bleacher Report article author had Stephon Diggs. Was it? It couldn't have been Diggs. Why would it be Diggs? Where did they have Diggs? They had Keenan Allen to the Rams, and they had Diggs somewhere. But so essentially, Stephon Diggs had this electric season for New England last year. He was so reliable. He was so consistent. He was a beast. I drafted him in fantasy football. He turned into my starting slot. It was awesome. He was a beast. But he's getting older, and he was coming off an injury. So you replace him with Romeo Doubs. And so Stephon Diggs had this awesome season, and he probably won't replicate that at any point in his career statistically. And I don't mean that to be a dig to Diggs, but he's like 32 or 33 years old. Romeo Doubs last season was here. Stephon Diggs was here. But Romeo Doubs' reliability and consistency and Stephon Diggs' electric season going back to baseline, and then Romeo Doubs, they kind of even out. So even as that stands, your wide receiver room would be Kashawn Boutte, Romeo Doubs, Mac Hollins, Kyle Williams, Efton Chisholm, and Demario Douglas. There's a lot of fun wide receivers in there. Chisholm, Williams, Demario, right off the top. Mac Hollins, all reliable for the New England Patriots last season. I'm sure Patriots fans appreciated him, but I feel like he also has kind of, I mean, he's so crazy that whenever people are talking about Mac Hollins, it's like whatever he was wearing walking into the stadium or something he said at training camp. It's never appreciating him. Kayshon Boutte's solid. I do want more pop there. Now, if they had an electric dynamic tight end like Trey McBride or Brock Bowers or Tyler Warren, I would feel way better about that wide receiver room. And it's not that it's bad. And they just made the Super Bowl with a similar wide receiver room. And they didn't lose the Super Bowl because of their wide receiver room. But they lost the Super Bowl because of their offense. And that Seattle defense is insane. You get the gist. I don't think their wide receiver room got worse. I don't think it got that much better. I am factoring in continual progression and development from also, Romeo Doubs on his second contract to a new team. He could turn into a star. He's so reliable. He's so consistent. You guys will love Romeo Doubs. He's never a statistical guy. He can give you like 7 catches for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. But for the most part, with Doubs, you'll see like 5 catches for 74 yards and a touchdown, or 4 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown. He's so good in the red zone. He's so good with 50-50 balls. Drake May's going to like him. And you've got Travion Henderson. You've got Ramondre Stevenson. And it's a work in progress. So like I said, I'm curious what the Patriots draft philosophy is going to be here. Because I'm not loving the wide receiver room, but that's not their number one pressing need, would be to go out there and get another wide receiver in the first round. All in all, I do feel pretty casual about this Pats team, but I don't see any reason to have any panic, any concern. Drake May is only going to get better, and he's got a great coordinator and a coach behind him. So that's really it. I want to see how this video looks, to just be honest with you. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let me know your thoughts on the New England Patriots. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.